because, you know, there's no there.
Right.
So I just did, I went over to it, and then I backed up and went, whoa, shit.
Wait, what'd you do again? Whoa, shit.
Yeah, I heard her stop it.
It was
And I
solid,
looked
but
over,
Ramona
she's in
said
that
there's no
same
sound.
spot.
Hi,
And I'm
Ramona.
like,
Thank
"Do you
you.
want to talk to me?" Because I was going in between the
Was
house.
that on?
Yeah, and it was solid, but she said
Yeah,
there was no
So I'm not
sound.
gonna bother y'all.
Oh, okay. She's probably going to be like, "Hey, what's all that stuff there?" But
Oh,
she never
my
said anything, so I was good. And then I got
Did they
sick.
come boiling out of it? We had a water
No,
meter box.
No, they were just.
Oh, you didn't even ring the doorbell.
Oh hell no! Thank
Oh,
God. I didn't hit it hard enough. Thank God. But they were in and out, and they're just
Right.
going about their business.
You're right.
Yeah, but I backed up with the lawnmower, and then I texted my husband, and he drove up in the truck with the window down this far. And said, yeah, those are bees.
Yeah.
He said, okay, I'm done mowing.
Are they Africanized? How can you tell? Well,
I ain't
no, of course.
looking.
I ain't looking. You ask them. They're all Africanized in the state of Arizona. Good morning, everyone. More bee shenanigans. So we're in between. We got the sandwich complete now. We'll have a honey sandwich.
Yep.
Miriam on one side with bees in the soffit,
And
Amy over here that had bees out in a water meter box out in the street. Now, these bees have not moved because dead things don't move, everyone. But they are prolific as hell. And so there's a big hive in the neighborhood somewhere. And we would love to find that shit, wouldn't
Yeah, we did just drive by a place that looks like they might be keeping bees.
we? Oh, yeah. What was that? The beehive house or the
Yeah.
bee?
Yeah,
What's it called,
Miriam's
Miriam?
gonna do
The
a knock
bee
on
some
the door.
fucking thing house?
Bee house or something like that.
Bee-
I'll ask.
Bee house home?
That could be the cause of your issue.
Yeah.
I'll
Miriam's
I'll
deputy
go
with
ask whenever you come back. I'll be
yeah,
like, "Hey, you
Miriam's
guys have
deputy with a
bees?"
marshal. She can
You
go
guys-
like, ah, blah, 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 and they'll go,
There is that water. There is that wellhead down.
There's a
there, too.
wellhead down here that has the mother
And we
load
asked.
in it.
We talked to the guy down here. We said we wanted to, like, hey, you got to get rid of this thing.
Right.
Because you have something like
He
that.
was
it's a-
keeping bees.
Yeah. Well, he was, but I don't think he had any in the back because they went hot and he had to get rid
Oh,
of
they
them.
had to get rid of them.
But you know,
He was
he's
trying to
messing
keep bees
around.
And they got Africanized.
But the point is that there is a wellhead down there. So if you've got something like that that's just sitting there, they're kicking out swarms.
30 hives.
They'll do
30 hives a
30
year.
a
30
year.
swarms a year. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Well, one of the problems, besides all the other problems with these Africanized bees, is, of course, nature's way of swarming, or nature's way of propagating the area with bees is swarming. So these guys have heard me say this 1,000 times, but a European bees would kick off maybe 5 or 6 new hives a year. Africanized, 30 per year.
And that's just one.
Right, and that's
And
just one
Not
in
to
the hood.
account for like the hive 5 miles south of us.
Any of these homes that might be abandoned or
None of
or
them.
not,
No,
No, they're all
lived
livable.
in.
they're all occupied.
Yeah. Now the water guy, every time he reads the meter, he does not put the stone back over the little hole there.
Well, oh, for
Which
fuck's
is
sake.
why
So we'll be back
you're
next
gonna be
week.
back.
How's your soffit, Miriam?
My husband
They fixed it.
Oh, wonderful. Oh,
Yeah.
God. This neighborhood is so cool down here. I love it. This is wonderful.
Why is he not putting the lid back over? Does
They-
he want to get bit?
They read it. Well, you see, he
Right.
he
Do you
lifted
wanna get
it up,
stung?
He read the meter, and then he put it down, but not all. It's not all the way down, and the stone's not over the little hole.
Oh, for God's sake.
The hole's only this big.
Well, right.
And that's what
All
they're
it
going in
takes is
there.
a 1/4-inch hole and a
Right.
whole hive can live in there if there's room behind it. So we should
Huh?
put,
They love those boxes.
they love
But
them.
the whole valley here is just
They're
constantly
all over. Right.
swarms.
Oh, we're in
and-
Bee Highway. We're in Bee
Yeah,
Highway
Miriam's
down
got
here.
one in front
Yeah.
of her house. There's one in front of every house.
Every house. Yep. And in the yard.
And well, in the yard because
Should we
we've
tell
got
her to
we've got
not be
fire
out and
hoses.
about? Doesn't she walk this way, Cindy?
Yeah, I think
Her?
she's gonna
Yeah.
go down. I think
we
she's
have
debating.
we know we gave up on that nice yellow caution tape. We go with the red danger tape because these, they're killer
Okay,
bees.
she's going around the corner. She's
Okay,
not coming
we're worried
this
about a
way.
gal walking her dog all the way down here. Oh my God! you
I
guys.
waved her off. I went like that, and she didn't.
Oh good,
apparently saw
oh
me.
good.
Good
Okay,
morning,
all right.
Christy.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, indeed, we're killer bees.
Hi,
We're
Russell.
getting rid of the little bastards. Oh my God! I've been
Okay,
telling
he's gonna
everybody
go
we're going to be live streaming so much everybody's going to get sick of us. Make a bunch of popcorn, you guys, because we have wasps after this.
Yep.
Yeah, Bob, they're just torturing someone across from Safeway in Bisbee at the old Sea League's mobile home park. Back in there, it's a bumfuck. Anyway, so Hosh is wandering over to. If we see him throw his net on quick.
Yeah, they were really cool.
I go follow him?
yesterday.
Yeah.
They were in and
Well, it was
out.
nice and warm yesterday too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be like
This
80 tomorrow,
warm.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, see how slow he's walking?
Yeah, he's done this before.
He's always being careful just in case you don't want him to light up, you know?
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Oh, you got one on you?
No, I got one right there. Right there, next to you.
Oh, time to go.
All right.
Anyway.
Danny on TikTok.
All right,
All
great. You got our number. See you, Miriam.
Reed.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
their number. in-
Danny on TikTok's calling you Uncle Ted Nugent.
Oh God! Do you know people? Even elk hunting up in Alpine and shit. People are like, "Are you related to Ted? Are you Ted Nugent?" I'm like, "No, I'm better looking."
Oh, I threw your suit on the back of the
Oh,
truck.
you are amazing! Look at Westward is way ahead of it. Look at this. We have our beautiful honey. And now we'd like a word from our sponsor. Hi, if you'd like some killer bee honey.
Are you supposed to say live from the hive?
Oh, that's right. Live from the hive with Killer Bee Honey. You can go to killerbeeguy.com and get some mesquite. You see how light that is, everybody? Pure mesquite honey. Isn't that beautiful? Well, it's nice with the sun on it, isn't it? So the lighter the honey in our neck of the woods, the more mesquite flowers the bees are messing with. And we're actually going to start I'm learning about all this stuff on YouTube about like subscriptions and memberships and shit like that. So we're going to start a deal where when you become a member of the Killer Bee Nation, we'll send you a jar of honey every month, just automatically. And it'll either be light or dark, whatever we have. You know, you see us get it, so whatever.
Yeah,
anyway,
we'll keep you all posted when we're ready to do the memberships.
yeah, it'll be fun. And also, we're going to try to get decoder rings and bobbleheads.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're just fucking around. But who knows, you know us. So, Cindy?
You want to put on my gloves?
Yeah, do it.
We're gonna,
Cindy gets a jar of honey. Is it? I don't know. Word from our
Yay.
sponsor.
actually, Amy gave me a jar because she couldn't eat hers.
Oh, that's
So
right.
Amy gave me hers.
Well, it never goes bad.
Yay. Oh, I use it.
And I forgot your birthday
Thank
last
you.
year. Anyway.
My birthday is next month, so
Oh,
this is my
really?
birthday present.
Oh, happy bee day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I want to get into this already.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, God. It is. That's the pure mesquite.
Yeah.
See how light it is? That's pure
Uh-huh.
mesquite. So like I was
Yeah.
telling everybody out there in Killer Bee Nation land. Oh, you're looking at the blimp.
Somebody wanted to know what it was.
Oh, that's the blimp. That's the DeConcini blimp.
I call it the goldfish in the sky.
The goldfish in the sky. That's pretty good, isn't
It's
it?
a spy
Eye in the
balloon.
sky.
The eye in the sky.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. It was made in what, the 90s, I believe. I
It's
think
been
it was.
out there a long time.
Been up there a
Maybe
long
even
time.
longer.
I remember when it was. It was when DeConcini, I think, was our governor, and it was a big pet project of his. And it's a surveillance thing, of course. You know, it was for the border and all that shit. Anyway, we call it the eye in the sky, and it's if it gets windy, they lower it. Anyway, it's
Right.
you know.
And the illegal airplanes that fly through actually shoot it. Try
Oh,
to
they
shoot it
okay. Oh, they shoot
constantly.
at it.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they shoot it at all the
They
time.
have to take it down every so often and
They
patch
repair
up all
it.
the holes.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It's a blimp, you know, but they shoot at it all the time. It's the Wild West down here. That's right. Damn it. So anyway, welcome everyone. We got a bee flying around Hosh right now.
No,
Yep.
it's a fly.
Oh, it's a fly.
It's actually not very active today,
It was still early.
It wasn't
Which-
yesterday either.
which
it's
it's
right.
just
Well, we're gonna find-
it doesn't mean a whole lot. to
I
be
Yeah,
don't know
honest.
right.
I don't know what you're going to find because I wasn't brave enough to look.
Smarty
well,
pants.
Yeah.
So
You were too
both
smart to
neighbors
look.
have had bees and that we've removed, and now Cindy. So this completes the package.
So hopefully now you
Third
can go
time's the
somewhere
charm to
else.
go somewhere
The trilogy.
The trilogy.
The
Right,
Lucia
Yes.
exactly.
trilogy.
The Santa Lucia trilogy.
It's all three houses on this street. There's only three houses.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we've added.
the water that
And
box
that-
down
and that-
there.
That's
that
across, yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
It's a
mark,
water
Talk
pressure
to
deal.
them.
Yeah.
You all got to get together and talk to them.
I've decided now. Remember, I used to say there were 3 types of people in the county. Well, now there's 4. There are people who have called, people who will, people who will call again, and people who should have. So we don't want to become those.
I'm
People who
not one
should
of the should-haves.
She's not one of the. No, Cindy's not one of the should have. So she already knows better. All right, so I'm gonna throw on my suit, drive over there, and welcome everybody, Killer Bee Nation. Here we go again. More killer bees, and they're in a water meter box. We're gonna take it off. God, we have no idea what to expect, but everybody is knowledgeable. You don't have to go knocking on doors. Everybody has the animals in, right? All the dogs
animals
are in.
are in.
Okay.
Hers hopefully are in. And she already knows the kids are all inside.
Good
Okay,
morning,
good.
Mel. Thanks for
Okay.
joining.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get my suit on and let these guys converse with you. We'll be back in a moment. Look, we have our new bee suits. Did you see that?
I did. I was gonna remark on that. Very
Look
nice.
at this, and we got our. So the Blue Water Cafe is a cafe up on the north shore of Lake Superior, Grand Marais, and they're good friends of ours. And they bought us our suits and then made these patches up so we could put them on them.
Yeah, I noticed these aren't all munged up like when you were at Marion.
Well, give me 5 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
It'll be, and so we have our new bee suits, and look what Westward did yesterday and the day before. She hand sewed that on for Hosh.
Nice.
Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm.
So I know I got to get one too. I'm thinking a honey badger.
Oh, that's a good one.
And you want a crow, right? A
Yeah.
raven?
Mhm.
A raven, yeah. So I don't know, Killer Bee Nation. What do you think? You know?
Okay. Well, I'll go inside and just catch the livestock.
Yes.
Oh, the smarty pants
Good
here.
idea.
Yeah.
And for those just joining, we're in Sierra Vista, Arizona today, and these are Africanized killer bees we're dealing with. We're killer bee
You
exterminators.
take cash, check, money orders.
Anything
They're
but
still
chickens.
honeybees,
I'm
but
good
they're
on
not your
chickens.
normal
Yeah, we'll take
European
Dogs,
calm
I can
honeybees
do
that we're
Dogs.
dealing with.
Oh my God.
Can you do plastic?
Yeah, plastic. Or
Well, feel free to
a
ask
check
questions
is
as we
fine.
go. We'll
Whatever
do
you
our
wanna
best to answer
Okay.
them.
Yep. So we'll go take care of it now, as usual. We're gonna make this as uneventful as possible.
Well, depending on what you see in there.
Yeah, we don't know exactly. I always say that, but it doesn't mean shit.
Right.
But as you know, it's not a long, drawn-out affair. Because I learned a long time ago, the longer we take to doing a removal, more chance someone's going to get stung. And I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, the new suits are awesome because we
Hi,
don't
Chandra.
really need tape on the here anymore.
Not yet.
Not well. Yeah, it's still early. And the Velcro is working good, and the elastic on the legs is awesome.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have new suits. And I hope Mel and Dan are joining us.
Yep, Mel's on.
Oh, hey Mel. Hey Mel. Hey Mel. I'm touting the cobbler. I mean pie. Anyway, they sent us a pie
Hi,
because they
Dustin
use
on
our honey
TikTok.
in their pie.
Oh, okay.
And so they sent us a pie to do a live stream with and a tasting. By the time it got here, the UPS man had a little party with it apparently. So it was more like a cobbler.
It was smashed up.
Absolutely delicious berry, you know, but it was more like a cobbler. But anyway, so here we go.
Yeah,
Here
okay.
they come.
I'm gonna go inside.
Okay.
All right.
Now, if you hear what sounds like a little girl screaming, okay, never
And
mind.
that's you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
know it. You know it.
Just come and knock on the door when you want one of the dogs.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
all
Pro
right.
Bond pouch is the brand of the suit. It came with the suit.
Okay, well, you guys want to walk over? I'll drive
Yeah.
over.
Okay.
Right on.
Got it.
Okay. See you guys in a second.
All right. You don't have your big Berthas on this time?
Oh, I'll put them on when we get over there. There's I don't have to wear them all the time,
Yeah.
you know. So, some rules: no politics, no religion, no money. We'll block you. So
Yeah.
that's the end of that.
There's bees in a water box on the ground in this woman's yard. We're going to go check it out right now. Water meter box. They love those things. Oh, there's a couple. Turn up the little bee hole.
Oh, bees in a box.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're in having coffee, huh?
Yep, and they're starting to come out to say hi.
Oh, God, I got to get my gloves on. Don't let that fool you, everyone. There could... Who knows what's in there? We have zero idea, but, well, we have a pretty good idea. Look at that. There's just room for 1 or 2 bees at a time to come and go.
Yeah, we did a water meter box the other day, guys. We'll post some more shorts of that. I think I posted a few already. There was so much comb in there, believe it or not. There were thousands of
It's
bees
amazing,
in it.
isn't it? How much they can put into a little space like that?
Yep.
All right, everyone. Oh, let's see here. Here they come to save the day. So, it'll be fun when we start doing the membership thing because I really have no idea what's going on with that. But we're trying to think of cool perks, to give people for becoming members of the. And we're in Hereford, actually just south of Sierra Vista. Nobody knows where the line is. It's ridiculous. Hereford and Palominas are very rural, okay? And I asked an old cowboy one time, I said, so who laid out the map and the grid for Hereford and Palominas? And he said, oh, hell no, we didn't do that. We just got a cow drunk and followed it around. Wherever it pooped, we'd put a stop sign. He actually told me that.
Oh my
I
God.
laughed my ass off. It was like, and then we had some whiskey. So anyway, that was back in the day. Yeah, a bunch of seriously neat people down here. Goofier than shit, obviously.
Can I put these back in the truck?
Oh, wait, we aren't using them?
Nope, they're not working.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you, Mel and Ramona.
We need new microphones. It's not working.
We do.
Anyway, I don't know.
Hello in West Virginia. Good morning.
West Virginia, wow. Well, good morning, my goodness sake. So, let's see, one of the fun things that I'm doing, I don't really have hobbies, but I do things, I'm kind of a survivalist, and so I'll have to show you guys my solar setup that I did myself. Hosh helped with a bunch of it, didn't you, Hosh?
Yeah.
Doing the solar thing, the solar panels and all that kind of shit, and learning about it and doing it myself. And I actually have like over 20 kilowatts of storage of in lithium iron phosphate batteries. If anybody knows about it, it'd be cool to communicate with you about it. But also, I've been doing ham radio. Weird. Like 2.5 months ago, I didn't know shit about radio waves and whatnot. Now my head hurts. It's like, what a learning curve, So it's just, I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, wild hair, but it's a lot of fun. And last night we were talking with someone from England. It was really cool. I don't know. Anyway, it's a whole learning curve. Everything is a learning curve, except for these little bees. I already know what's going on with those. So welcome, everyone. For those of you just joining us, I'm Reed Booth, Killer Bee Guy. We're wrestling with killer bees. We do not relocate. Screw the bees. They're evil. They're bad. We kill them. So tough shit. But we do take the money and the honey. And we have Westward with us. So say good morning, Westward.
Good morning.
Yay. And Host is over here getting all the shit together.
Yep, and we're in Sierra Vista, Arizona, for those that's asking where we are.
Proactive and whatnot.
And
look at our new dental tools. Love these. Yeah, for after all those burritos sticking between the teeth.
Hello in Scotland.
Scotland, welcome. My goodness. I don't think you have killer bees in Scotland yet, but if you look, is it pinned? A pinned vid, the pest interceptors?
No, it's on our community.
Oh, it's on our community page on YouTube. Pest interceptors, they're a company out of England and rural, I don't know exactly where, but they ran into a hive in a soffit. It took them 2 days. Dude chased them off, stung the living shit out of them, and we're pretty much everyone's convinced they had to be killer bees because nobody's ever seen European bees act that way.
They did label the video, I believe, as Africanized killer bees.
They did.
I believe they did.
I believe they did, yes.
It's on our
good.
page.
You got that.
Either way, guys, go over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe, and tap the bell so you get notified every time we go live or post anything on our community page or in general.
Right.
You'll see everything we post.
Right. And you want to go live with us, especially at 3 a.m. every day. I'm just kidding. That's the pay-per-view channel. So anyway, we're going to...
Yeah, and for those of you on YouTube, super chat in the bottom right-hand corner of the live chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Get us
us
some
on there.
microphones.
Yeah.
We need new mics.
So, well, okay, like I always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. Now, we don't see a lot of smoke yet, do we? But we saw, there's one right there. See, coming out and going, good morning. All right, now, I don't know, it could be brand new. There could, look, oh, now they know we're here. Or it could be, have been here. Okay, now we have rung the doorbell. Look at it. So Cindy was mowing, and you can see where it stops right here. Well, she was mowing right through here. We're going to want to get some spray adhesive, I believe.
Hello in the Netherlands.
Netherlands. Hi, guys. These are killer bees. And we're going to want to keep an eye out for people walking by. And, of course, Cindy is watching. She has the place here. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. Reveal. I don't know what we're getting into here. Could be new, could be old, but they're mean. Okay, it's new.
They're new.
It's new and they're mean. So that combination is not good. Look at this. Really small. Small. You know what? This is kind of shocking for me because they're not hiding in here somewhere else, are they? I mean, this is really, this is where their front door was. Interesting. Because this is a really small swarm. I mean, really small. Like maybe 5,000 bees. Look at, there's already brood.
Oh, wow.
There's already brood. So they did just move in. You see that? That's all larvae.
Yep.
So, and you saw how aggressive they were when they came out. This is a brand new hive, guys. Brand new. Like maybe, I don't know, a week old?
Oh, yeah, there's some nectar in that.
There's some, well, this is
Or
pollen.
pollen?
That's pollen. Now see that where the pollen is, you can see it, the orangey looking stuff there. Well, that's pollen. Bees bring back 4 things from the field. Most people think it's only 2 things. And so it's kind of nice this is brand new. I can take a minute to explain things to you guys. They bring back nectar, of course, to turn into honey, which is the glistening stuff. You can see it's kind of like shiny. You see that in there? Can you see that, Westward?
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to turn into honey. That's nectar. And when they collect the nectar from the flowers and bring it back to the hive, it can take them up to a month to turn it into honey. So, oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? That's nectar right there. That'll be honey. And they cap it then. They put caps on it. But the pollen, they never cap because it would mold. So the honey lasts forever. The pollen is viable for about a year. And so this is a brand new hive, but they came out aggressive. Now they're not as aggressive. But if she would have mowed over this thing, she would have gotten hurt.
Brood.
There's larvae. That's larvae.
So for a brand new hive, they start laying babies right away?
Well, there's a queen. So that
build
is...
it out. They need more workers.
Yep, that is a really good point. So, when they first move in, now I'm kind of surprised by this as I get comfortable here with the killer bee hive. This was a really small swarm. This was like a ball, maybe twice the size of my fist. Really small. Maybe only 4,000 bees. Astoundingly small. That just shows how tenacious these killer bees are. European bees would need a lot more, 4 or 5 times that many to start a new hive. Killer bees are amazing. So they moved in here, started building immediately. This could only be a week old. That's how fast they build. But once they got some nursery built, then the queen started laying eggs immediately, obviously. So from the time that she starts laying the eggs, they start hatching in about 3 weeks, and then it's exponential. And within a couple of months, 6 weeks to 2 months, this would have been a normal hive of 50,000 bees. There would have been comb all down in here. So it's really amazingly opportune that Cindy found this when she did. It really is lucky, actually, that she found. Now, of course, you know, where did they come from? God only knows. Hell. They came from hell. So we have both pollen and brood here. Look, it's a great example. You see the pollen and brood there, right next to each other?
Wow.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
So now, you guys look at these, and especially like in the Netherlands or in Scotland, or, well, actually anybody but down here, then they look like honeybees. You know why? Because they are honeybees. They just happen to be Africanized honeybees. You can't tell by looking. So now Hosh is going to go ahead and scrape this down, and we're going to spray adhesive them. We're going to spray adhesive them, which sticks their wings together. We're not relocating. These are Africanized, genetically Africanized, and we don't want them to kill anybody. And we're not keeping any of the comb or anything. There's nothing to keep, so it's all brood. We can't use that. So, what the heck was I talking about? Oh, you can't tell the difference by looking.
Yeah.
Which is a real problem for beekeepers in the rest of the country here. because nobody really keeps bees anymore down here in the desert Southwest, or they shouldn't, because it's next to impossible to keep them from becoming Africanized. Check out on YouTube World War Bee, and you'll see a prime example just last summer of a managed beehive that went rogue, went Africanized, and almost killed a bunch of people right downtown Bisbee. So
It's also on our pin vids on TikTok.
oh, it's also on pin. Okay, on TikTok. Okay. So this is really super safe and super wonderful.
Yeah, in a few months, this whole thing
would have
could
been
have been
full.
packed.
Would have been packed. Yeah.
Yep.
And not only that, would have been an existential threat, but would have been kicking out hive swarms, to populate the rest of the neighborhood. So it's really just perfect. This is opportune as hell. We're mitigating the threat. That's what we're doing. So you can't tell by looking. Now they are honeybees, and they were created. They're a Frankenbee. The mad scientist created them. It's kind of like, you know, making dogs. You can, you know, they took wolves and made chihuahuas. I don't know why I always go back to that, but I do.
Yeah, you do.
It's just, I don't know, chihuahua. I grew up with them, I can say that.
Oh, that's a spray adhesive he's spraying just to knock some bees down.
Yeah. So the spray adhesive is a non-toxic way that I developed to, it kind of came to me that I really don't care if they're dead or not. I just don't want them in the air flying around. So this is like Elmer's in a can. Do not try this at home, everyone. This is not a DIY series. You know, you're going to die, so don't do it. But we like to educate everyone on what the hell's going on with these killer bees.
Yep, and so what will you do next to handle this water box? People are asking.
Go hide in the truck and cry. No, actually.
Again?
Again. It's like every time.
God, Reed. Can only hold space and
I'm scared. I'm scared.
so often.
So Hosh, what we're going to do is wherever they have been, you can see all these ribs here. That's, we call those skeletons, and that is where they've attached to this is plastic. The pheromones, this all smells really, really good to both us and other bees. So those pheromones will actually soak into the wood or plastic or concrete or whatever they're attached to, and it will attract new swarms into the future. So this is a real problem. This is why we guarantee it for 2 years in this location, that they won't come back. You had a good question?
Miriam next door said she wants to be in a bee suit so she can come photograph it.
Oh!
Yeah, we talked about that last
Oh
time.
yeah, we talked about. You know what? Miriam, how about we
She's an amazing photographer.
give me a call? Huh?
She's an amazing photographer.
Yeah, no, she's an incredible photographer. She has all the equipment and everything, and she's itching to get some real good shots close up to these bees and whatnot. Let's get a good one, because this is like almost over, you know. So I have your phone number. When we get a good one, but I need to know what your schedule is. I know you work and then sleep, which, you know, I understand completely. But when we get one that will be photo worthy, shall I say, I'll give you a call. We'd love to have you come along, and we will, right?
It'd be fun.
Yeah, it would be super fun. So what Hosh is doing now is we coat wherever they have been with either automotive undercoating, or that's cooler coat, pruning seal, the stuff you spray on tree limbs, same thing. And it basically masks the pheromones the best that I've seen so that new bees will not move in. So now we're going to put this back on. We're going to put some steel wool in the hole and call it good. But yeah, Miriam, because now the phone's starting to ring, and so we'll get your equipment out, get your cameras, you can get some great macro shit, bees being born and stuff like that. But I'd love to get you out on one more rural, like bumfuck, you know, because then we can take our time with it.
Yeah.
We're not just so mitigating the threat here. Then we can just take our time with it. In fact, we can get the drone out. Wouldn't that be funner than shit? Get out in the middle of bumfucking. These guys have yet to see me with the drone action. And it's just wait, because the bees hate drones. Oh my God. If you go to Drones versus Killer Bees on YouTube, we did one up north of Elfrida years ago, and the bees won. They waited the dead bees. The propellers made soup out of the bees. There was like 500,000 bees in this hive or something stupid. You're gonna love the vid though. The comb was hanging off of the ceiling in a shed, and they came out with such force that the soup bees, the dead bees, weighted the drone down. I couldn't control it anymore. It was cooler than shit, actually.
And no, guys, on TikTok, we don't use pheromones.
No, now we do have pheromones in the truck that, if I deem it necessary, we will. With a situation like this, not necessary. The pheromones that we use, I call them anti-pheromones. They're still pheromones. I call them anti-pheromones because bees hate them. So that's why I call them anti-pheromones. They smell like almonds. They were developed by a beekeeper about 100 years ago, and I'd like to shake his hand, because bees hate it. And we use them as beekeepers. We use this pheromone as beekeepers. So, of course, my little brain went, if it works for that, it'll work for this. They're still honeybees, and by God, it works like a charm.
Yep, and so there's some remnant bees here on the ground where we just had the bucket of comb.
Right. Now we're going to have our little BSMR moment.
And those will just naturally die off.
Yep, they will die off. So all of these bees that are flying around, people always ask, we call them remnant bees because they're leftovers, remnants of the hive. And they can't go find a new place to live. They can't go join another hive because every hive is an enemy of every other hive. And the only reason that bees visit each other is to steal honey. Now, if this was an older hive, if this was a couple months older and that was all full in there, they would have a lot more robber bees, which are bees in the neighborhood. There's hives everywhere around here. That's how this got here. And they would be coming over to want to steal honey, but they're not going to have a lot of robbers or remnants because Cindy caught it. This is perfect. This is really perfect for a bee removal. I feel totally wonderful about this. These are the remnants. Not going to be very many. They're going to die off, and we're going to knock a few more down with the spray adhesive before we go. And then robbers. There's not going to be very many robber bees, but robber bees are not a threat to us yet. I don't know what's going to happen next week or next year. Robber bees are like bees on flowers. They don't care about us. They want to get the goods to go home. Well, there ain't no goods. The door is closed, and so the remnants can't get in. Robbers can't get in. Remnants are going to die off. They're kind of like individual cells of an organism, and that's how we see a hive. That's how we see bees, and that's how they treat each other too. They don't care about each other as individuals. They, just like our cells, we don't care about each other on our body. We don't care about our individual cells. Every time that we shower, we kill and wash off millions of cells. We don't, cry every time one goes away. Same thing with bees. Each bee is a cell of that organism. And so if a swarm is in a tree and then they leave and leave a bunch of scouts behind and they come back and go, where did everybody go? They don't care. They're gone. Those bees will die. So there is no romance about it. All the romance about honeybees is in humans' own brains. It's totally, absolutely true.
Hi, Linda. Yeah, this was a lot easier than yesterday.
Oh, God.
Yesterday was fun, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And thank you for helping find the receiver for us.
Oh, God. Yes, we always lose something. I usually lose my marbles on jobs. But, oh, God, I've left tools. I've left all sorts of stuff behind. So we had one of our little useless microphone things that plugs into the phone so we can, anyway, the microphone. We need new microphones, guys. And it got left on one of the side bins, and then we closed the side bin, and it got thrown into the side. So at least it wasn't on the ground somewhere. Yep. But Linda looked and looked and looked. And so if you look on YouTube, everyone, you can see the job we did yesterday with Linda. Nice swarm of bees hanging in the tree, along with the hive outside the fence where the snake was. Oh, man, we got adventure after adventure, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, Lone Wolf, you can capture our live after this. It'll save on YouTube. I know you just got here.
Yeah, who's on?
Lone Wolf on YouTube.
Oh, right on. Very good. Yeah, well, you can see the whole thing. It was really straightforward, really simple for us, deadly for anyone else, because when we got here and Hosh was over here looking at it, there were a few bees that came out to say hi, right? But not the onslaught. Well, then when we started to pop the thing off, then they started to get a little bit lit up. And I was totally surprised when we took that thing off and it was so small.
Yeah.
This shows how tenacious these killer bees are. And so that queen, this is really amazing. That queen in there, as soon as they would make room, more cells, more nursery, she would lay eggs. And when she had enough room, a normal queen, Africanized queen, they lay more eggs, of course, than Europe. They do everything better than European bees. She'll lay 1,500 to 2,000 or more eggs every single day.
That's crazy.
They don't take weekends off. I know it's Easter coming up. Yeah, okay, they take Easter off. No, I'm just kidding. They lay, so, and then it takes about 3 weeks for them to start hatching. Now, if they're going to be swarming, which is now is the time, then they lay more. So they overpopulate the hive so that they can swarm, and that's nature's way of propagating the area with bees. That's what this was about a week ago. This was a swarm, like hanging in a tree somewhere around here. Went unnoticed, and when they're hanging in a tree like that, like at Linda's yesterday, the queen says, okay, 50 you guys go out that way, 100 that way, 200 that way, and go scouting around for a house. They're apartment hunting, literally. So they sniff around your dog house, Miriam's, Eve's over here, the water meter box. And they go back and communicate with their queen somehow what they found as far as apartments go. And she, when she makes up her mind and decides, they can even tell each other how far away it was. This goes for nectar flow also. But for when they're finding a place to live, how far away it was. If there are any, what trees they have to fly around to get there from where they are. Hills they have to fly over, objects they have to fly. It's just cooler and shit how they communicate all this.
Yeah.
And then she decides where they're going to go. And the whole ball of bees, poof, it kind of explodes like a bomb. And as a cloud, they act as an organism. They don't move in a dozen at a time. They all move in at once. A normal swarm, 7,000 to 10,000 bees, like what we had yesterday at Linda's, this would have been really small, maybe twice the size of a fist. And I have seen, though, a ball of bees like this disappear into a hole the size of my little finger in 30 seconds. It was cooler than shit. It was like somebody pouring a liquid in. It was just, well, cooler than shit in a bee suit, deadly without. So, and they all move in at once and then immediately start building. Now, the only difference between a swarm and a hive is that millisecond they decide to live somewhere. One of the weird things that we've been seeing in the last few years with Africanized bees is a total anomaly in the beekeeping world. And that is a ball of bees hanging on a tree, building on the tree limb. What the hell? That never used to happen. That would never happen, as a matter of fact. Now, 50% of the swarms that we're removing from trees, limbs, if they've been there for a few days or more, there will be little white nubbins, or they'll have built comb already, right in front of God and everybody. It's just insane. These Africanized bees are completely nuts.
Here's a great question.
Yeah.
How often is a queen born?
That is a really good question. Actually, we don't get that one very often. The only time that queens are born is when the old queen in your existing hive, it's time to swarm. Okay, so your old, and this is also how your nice European hive can become Africanized, is you've got a queen. Now, this would be a normal, healthy hive of 50,000 bees. That queen, your old queen, decides it's time to swarm. So there's too many bees in the hive. She will take 10 or 20% of those bees and go find a new place to live before she takes off. Okay, but she will leave virgin queens in the hive. Eggs, not hatched yet. They will hatch within a few hours normally of her leaving. It's all timed because they'll kill each other. So there will be queen cells. Maybe 1, maybe 5. Okay, and they will all be scheduled to hatch after she leaves within an hour to 2 hours, maybe right at when she leaves, within a varying a few hours of each other. The first queen born will go and kill all of the other queens through that. She'll sting them to death, the larvae, the pupae. So there's no competition in the hive.
Savages.
One queen in the hive. Totally vicious, totally Vikings. Stab them to death, you know, put on the little horns and shit like that. I have a helmet with horns. I'll have to wear one of these times. And kill them all. And then that virgin queen in your old hive has to go on a mating flight. So your old queen, your nice European queen, is gone with those bees to start a new hive. And the reason that your mated queen, your Europeanly mated queen, goes with those bees to start a new hive is then she doesn't have to go through the extra work to go get mated. She can start laying eggs immediately, just like what happened here in this water meter box. All right? So your new queen has to go on a mating flight. So wherever there's Africanized hives, even if there's just one in a 2-mile radius, those drones are much better at catching up to European queens and mating with them. And so she comes back, your European virgin comes back with Africanized sperm and starts laying Africanized eggs right away. So your nice European hive has gone to shit. Okay. So how often is a queen born? With European hives, 5 or 6 times a year, because that's how many times they'd swarm. Okay. With Africanized, up to 30. These guys swarm over and over and over again. They're just ridiculous.
Well, we got some comb the other day, and it had 3 queen cells in it.
Yeah.
Also.
And that were actually hadn't been hatched, had larvae in them.
Yep.
They were ready to go. So that means that they were either just getting ready to swarm or just had. We don't know. But there were, which is really super rare. Again, where did we find the mummified rodent?
And
Was that in Linda's?
no, we found it under the house at a Camino de Cristo.
Oh, the return to Camino de Cristo.
Yep.
The windy one.
It was so windy.
Oh
that
my
day.
God, it was so windy, so
awful.
worth watching.
But
I mean,
yeah.
you guys. But I mean, so worth put up with the wind. It was so fucking worth it. It
We
was the
appreciate you guys.
horrific rat shit falling on us. These rats had collected sunglasses and lighters and cigarette packs and bottles of booze. They were party rats, I'll tell you right now. It was ridiculous. But they also had killed a rodent. And they can't, a beehive is the most fastidious thing in the world, no matter what it's in. Even if it's in a septic tank, it's still the cleanest thing in the world. I know it's weird. So they had mummified this rat, and we'll show it to you. We want to do a live stream. I've never seen it before. I've seen them where they mummify them, right? And this is where the Egyptians learned how to mummify their dead, was from honeybees. That's a whole nother show. They built comb around the carcass. It was that mummified, that clean. And you can see the molars, right? You can see
Yeah,
the
you can see its
toes
feet
on
and
the fucking
everything.
thing. Unbelievable. I've never seen it like that. That perfect.
It's cool.
We're gonna make a museum piece out of it and maybe auction it off or something, because it's just the rarest thing I've ever seen. I've seen some mummified rodents and stuff, and even a mummified snake one time and stuff, but not this. Not where they had it mummified enough so they could build comb around the carcass, around the sarcophagus guy. Actually, totally sci-fi, man. Well, we get to see the weirdest shit. So you see how few are buzzing around now? This is working really perfectly. And Cindy can get back out here and finish mowing probably tomorrow or the next day, actually. So that's really good.
Yeah.
Really worked out good, Hosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for those asking, we do have another job after this. We're gonna go deal with some wasps.
Yeah, we got some wasps over in Bisbee. We got a couple of stops to make here, so it'll probably be an hour or so, an hour and a half. But stay tuned. Hit the bell on YouTube. I don't know how to do it on TikTok. So you can tell when we go live, and so you get a notification, because we can't schedule this shit. It's like, we get the call, we gotta go.
Yep.
And so do that. Miriam, I'll be giving you a call though, but I'd really like to get something out in the middle of bumfuck so that we can take our time with it. So you can, Miriam's fearless. She's a marshal. She's a deputy with the marshals up in Tombstone. And so where we can really take our time with it, you can get some incredible, can't wait for the shots you can get with this stuff, but we need to take our time with it and not be in such a rush. So anyway, that'd be funner than hell. Linda, thank you for joining us. Mel, up in Grand Marais, North Shore Lake Superior. Oh, gee whiz, I wonder where. Oh, jeepers, wonder where. Anyway, we never have any fun. So we're gonna sign it off.
Right on.
Okay, Cindy, we got it for you. I'm gonna go knocking on the door a little bit. I think my foot went to sleep. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm gonna take a nap. Okay, guys, we love you. Go to killerbeeguy.com and get some honey, would you please? Please go get some honey. And yeah, say goodbye, Westward.
Bye.
Say goodbye, Hosh.
Before we go, Ramona wants to know if you had your baby goats yet, Hosh.
No, I'm starting to wonder if she's even pregnant.
Fat. She's
Late and fat. So we'll see. We'll see what
There's
happens.
a country song in there.
But listen, if you're out mowing your lawn and your water meter box blows up and a cloud of bees flies out and cloaks your vision in a sea of gloom, call an exterminator. Killer bees are in all the lower 48 states. Your life could depend on it.
Yep. See you guys. Probably in 20 minutes.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.